It was around the very cold night of November 2005. I recall this time took place as one of my most horrific experiences in my lifetime. Encountering an unusual stranger at night was not eventually any fun at all, to be honest. Drastically, I never thought something like this would even happen to me, because I am not much of an extrovert, but more likely an introvert. Growing up, I was much a loner, and didn't have many friends, though I have lived life to enjoy what I love to do, being an introvert. It was better that way for me, because I am more into my life, and never bothering to worry about others' life. Never worrying about going out and run into trouble either. I live in a quiet residence, located about a mile away from where the incident took place. On that cold night, I remember leaving my house and taking my car to go buy some tacos for dinner. I don't exactly recall what time it was, but I know it was somewhere around 9 to 10 o'clock, that very moment when I got to the taco truck, which I usually come to buy tacos every other week. Somehow, this night became a horrific nightmare to me. Maybe I was here at the wrong place, and at the wrong time, I keep telling myself, or would it have happened anyway, if I had come another time? In life, you'll never know what you run into, and this is one of those days I'm referring to. When I got there to my destination, I parked my car by the corner of a liquor store, which had long gone out of business for intentionally a while. The taco truck was parked by the side end of the parking lot, a side of the road where the sidewalk sits between. When I got out of the car, I saw a strange man in a dark hooded jacket and dark pants standing by the store, acting strangely, staring at his reflection by the window. It sounded far away from me, which I can hear a little, like he was talking to himself. At first, I didn't even care, because I thought he was just some random guy, as long as he's not doing anything to harm me. At night, nobody wants to be bothered, especially when you're just going to grab a quick dinner to make your day. I walked over to the taco truck, and there was another younger Hispanic lady in front of the line, waiting for her order to come. I then ordered a few tacos and a glass bottle of soda. The taco truck owner was really friendly, because I was short on $1.50. He asked me just to forget about it and not bother about the rest of the payment, since he recognized me very well, knowing I'm the same guy who always comes to buy his tacos every other week. By far, I was the only guy who comes to buy taco at night, always wearing a yellow sport jacket, which can easily be recognized by the taco truck owner. After ordering the food, I had to wait only less than 10 minutes before getting my food. I took my food after they bagged it up for me and walked away. I head back directly to my car and was very surprised that I actually got my dinner for the night, holding the bag in my hand, happily as anyone who gets to eat. On my way back to my car, I caught the stranger, who I seen earlier, in the dark hooded coat, standing by my car door, strangely looking at his own reflection. I was a bit shocked and shivering at the time because he did seem an inch taller than me. I stood there and stopped for a second, thinking what should I do or say to make him move out of my way so I get inside of my car. I hesitated for a minute. It was cold at that very minute, and I needed to hurry to get home before my food becomes cold. Seeing him standing on my way was getting me frustrated because I didn't want to be rude. Right when I was about to say something, the man in the dark hooded jacket, standing by my car, started speaking in low tone, just standing there, staring at his reflection at my driver's side car window. I didn't hear what he said clearly, but at the same time, if he needed money, I was out of money, due to the fact I was short on $1 $1.50 on my food, and luckily, I was able to get my food by the taco truck owner with that much. I didn't want to wait any longer, so I remember asking, "Sir, can you get away from my car?" Well, recalling before saying that, I was only imagining he would pull something out of his pocket to hurt me or run towards to attack me, but it eventually never happened. He was still standing there, talking to himself, staring directly at my car window, like he thinks I have something inside that belongs to him. That wouldn't even be possible, because I have already locked my car before I came out to buy my food. I felt the cold air freezing my cheeks. I then asked him again to move away from my car because I needed to hurry home right away. The only thing I had to protect myself was the soda glass bottle, which I bought, and also my keys. The man in the dark hood started coughing as he covered his right hand over his mouth, suddenly turning to glance at me over his shoulder. He then turns away and talks to himself again, staring at my car window again for a few seconds before turning around with his whole body this time. I can see his face a bit more clearly. He appears to be an elderly man with a mustache and long gray hair bangs hanging down in front of his forehead. He then turned back to my car window and just stood there watching himself for the next minute again. I was getting really frustrated though. Somehow, it never caught my mind why I didn't call for help or go back to the taco truck owner to ask for help. Not just all, I was the last customer for the night because I can see the taco truck owner and his wife cleaning up their trash from behind me, knowing they're getting ready to leave. I turned back to the dark hooded stranger, standing by my car, and still he was facing my car window. I then told him nicely in manner to please move away from my vehicle because I needed to go home now. Even my food was cooling down, which was upsetting me. Somehow, he pretended like he didn't hear me and just stood there without making a move when I knew he did hear me clearly. I was getting very mad and holding a grip tight on my soda bottle like I wanted to pound him on the head now if I wait even longer for making my food cold. I can already feel my food has cooled down due to the fact I have been standing here quite too long. I step forward a foot, then something scary happens in front of my eyes. The strange hooded man was waving his hand by to my car like someone was sitting inside. I swallow my saliva and stop that very second. It felt very chilling and frightening to see a weird strange man waving into my car like somebody was sitting inside when there wasn't anyone because I came here alone. Then finally, he steps away from my car and walks towards me. That second, I was ready to hit him with my soda bottle. I am holding a tight grip on my hand. I held my bottle ready, watching him coming closer and closer. When he got closer, he just went off to my left side, creepily giggling with an evil-looking smile, like he wanted to scare me in some way. I took a deep breath and felt relief. I stepped towards my car and opened the door with my key. While doing that, I turned back to look over the right shoulder, catching the dark hooded man standing where I was earlier. He was facing the taco truck and standing there still. He seems to be shivering in the cold. I got into my car and started the engine right away. As I buckle up my seatbelt, watching the rearview mirror, I can see him turning back around to look at my car. He was biting his own fingers and still smiling creepily at me. I turn on the low beam headlights and reverse the car backward, then drives passing towards him. The whole time I did that, he just kept watching me and biting his fingers. Just as I emerged into the road, I caught him from the rearview mirror again, waving bye to me before I took off home. When I got home, I parked right into the garage and then closed it. All what was keeping me wandering in mind is why he kept waving to my car in the first place. It really gave me chills. I grabbed my food and soda before getting out of my car. I was very upset that my food was cold now for wasting so much time earlier. Just as I closed my car door, my eyes happened to catch something really terrifying. Now it really made sense why the hooded man was waving to my car earlier. I became breathless, like my arteries were clogged, without air passing through. There appears a strange old lady, who I have never seen before, with long black and gray hair, tied to her back. She was sitting in my passenger seat, eyeing right at me. Her eyes have dark spots around, like sleep deprivation, and have dried up lip skin. She had on a dark striped gray and black poncho cape. I was backing a few steps away and didn't even close my car door. My heart was beating fast the whole time the ghost old lady was eyeing on me while I'm making my way, walking backward into my home. My dad asked me what took me so long. I couldn't say anything. He can tell I was scared out of my life. I sat down and waited until I felt better in a few hours before I told my dad what had happened. My dad mentioned to me he saw nobody in the car or in the garage after I came inside the house, looking terrifying. He then calls my grandmother and tells her to come to my house the next day if she can. The next day, I explained everything to my grandma. She did a family healing for me to drive evil spirits away from my house, even to my car too. I was relieved a few days afterwards. I kept asking myself if the ghost old lady I saw from my car is related to the dark hooded man appearing that night by the taco truck. Then again, I try my best to forget the past due to the traumatic experience I had that night.